If you are good, you may just catch a glimpse of the Smurfs.
In the 1980s, one show ruled Saturday mornings. With its little blue characters and charming mushroom village, the Smurfs was a ratings juggernaut for NBC. It charmed a generation of kids, was nominated for multiple daytime Emmys, and seemed like it would be on our screens forever. But behind the massive success, a storm was brewing, made of declining viewership, risky creative changes, and a complete shift in what networks wanted from television. This is the story of the rise and the fall of the Smurfs, and the real reasons it all came to an end. To understand the fall, you have to appreciate just how huge the Smurfs' rise really was. When the Hanna-Barbera series premiered on September 12, 1981, it wasn't just another cartoon, it was a phenomenon. The show was based on the Belgian comic series Les Smurfs by the artist Peyo, which had been a hit in Europe for years. But their trip to America wasn't a straight line. In 1976, an entrepreneur named Stuart R. Ross saw the Smurfs in Belgium and acquired the North American rights, launching them in the US through merchandise like dolls and figurines. The TV show idea got its final push when NBC president Fred Silverman, whose daughter had a Smurf doll, commissioned the animation powerhouse Hanna-Barbera to bring them to TV. And what a debut it was! The Smurfs immediately became a massive success for NBC, single-handedly turning around the network's struggling Saturday morning lineup.
Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. Too bad. Ooh-hoo. Say, you look familiar.
The show was a ratings monster, dominating its time slot and becoming the highest-rated program on NBC in years. The show, centered on the peaceful lives of over 100 Smurfs, was a gentle contrast to the action-packed cartoons of the time. Led by the wise, red-hatted Papa Smurf, they spent their days avoiding the bumbling but evil wizard Gargamel and his nasty cat Azrael.
It's done, Azrael. My magical mirror is ready. When I put this in the forest, no Smurfs can resist looking at their reflection.
The world was charming, the stories were simple, and creator Peyo even served as a story supervisor to ensure the show stayed true to its vision. The network leaned into the success. In 1982, the show expanded to 90 minutes, and for the 1982 to 1983 season, it won the Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Children's Entertainment Series. Each year brought something new to keep the formula fresh, like Baby Smurf in 1983 and the Smurflings in 1984. This kind of evolution was rare at a time when many cartoons had much shorter runs. The Smurfs blew past all expectations, airing for 9 seasons and producing 256 episodes. By all measures, it was an invincible giant of children's television.
Ouch! Now don't you go pulling my beard, baby Smurf. Well, not too often.
But no reign lasts forever. By the late 1980s, after nearly a decade on the air, the first signs of trouble began to show. The TV landscape was changing, and the blue behemoth was starting to feel its age. Audience fatigue was unavoidable. A child who was 8 when the show premiered was now a teenager, and their tastes had likely moved on from whimsical forest creatures. Internally, the creative well was running dry. This led to big changes in the later seasons. New characters like Nanny Smurf and the villain Nemesis were introduced to shake things up, but they also cluttered the cast and strayed from the core group fans loved. But the most drastic and ultimately damaging change came in Season 9. In what felt like a creative Hail Mary, the creators made a radical decision. They took the Smurfs out of the Smurf Village. The final season, which premiered in 1989, adopted a lost-in-time format. In the first episode, The Smurfs That Time Forgot, a group of Smurfs accidentally tumbles through history thanks to a set of time-traveling crystals.
Where are we, Papa Smurf? And where did you pick up that outrageous ensemble?
Now, this new format was heavily inspired by other popular shows of the era, like NBC's primetime hit Quantum Leap and the classic series The Time Tunnel. Instead of their familiar forest, the Smurfs were now adventuring through ancient Rome or prehistoric times each week. Even Gargamel was largely absent. The studio gambled that a time-hopping adventure would breathe new life into the series, but the move backfired spectacularly. The fundamental appeal of the Smurfs was its cozy, contained world. The mushroom houses, the village, and the simple conflicts. The time travel format ripped the heart out of the show, abandoning its core premise and alienating a huge part of its audience. Viewership, already in a slow decline, began to fall more sharply. The final nail in the coffin wasn't a creative choice, but a strategic one. While the controversial 9th season and its falling ratings made the Smurfs vulnerable, the ultimate cause of its cancellation was a massive shift in network television itself. For years, Saturday morning was the undisputed kingdom of cartoons. But by 1990, that era was ending. Cable channels like Nickelodeon were now offering cartoons 24/7, making the Saturday block feel less special. On top of that, the Children's Television Act of 1990 pressured networks to wear more educational programming. Faced with this new reality, NBC made a bold move. In 1990, the network announced it was getting out of the Saturday morning cartoon business altogether. It cancelled its entire animated lineup, including the Smurfs, to make way for a live-action, teen-focused block with shows like Saved by the Bell and an eventual weekend edition of The Today Show. And so, the reign of the Smurfs came to an unceremonious end. The last original episode aired on December 2nd, 1989. Because the cancellation was so abrupt, the time-traveling storyline of the final season was never resolved. The series ended with a group of Smurfs left wandering endlessly through time, never returning to their village. A deeply unsatisfying conclusion for a show that had been a cornerstone of a generation's childhood.
There, young'un. I know you want to go back there to free those poor caged critters.
But despite its cancellation, the legacy of the Smurfs is undeniable. The show ran in reruns for years on networks like USA and later Cartoon Network, and can still be seen on the Boomerang channel. Its incredible 9-season run set a new standard for longevity in Saturday morning cartoons, proving that a show could thrive for nearly a decade with the right mix of charm and smart storytelling. The story of the Smurfs is a classic tale of a giant that just couldn't outrun the changing times. So what are your favourite memories of watching the Smurfs on Saturday mornings? Was there a specific Smurf you related to the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this look back at a cartoon classic, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about the shows you grew up with. In the end, it wasn't one single thing that brought down the Smurfs, it was a perfect storm. The natural ratings decline that comes with a long run, a risky creative gamble that alienated its core audience, and a fundamental shift in network strategy that saw the end of the Saturday morning cartoon era itself. For 9 years, the Smurfs weren't just a TV show, they were a cultural institution. They dominated the ratings, filled toy shelves, and became a beloved part of millions of childhoods. And while its final seasons may have strayed from the original magic, the show's incredible success and lasting impact ensure it will always have a place in animation history.